Adam, a fair bit of the result came down to your efficiency in front of goal, but what else did you see as, I guess, driving 39-point win?
Yeah, I thought we defended their entry extremely well. I mean, they had 66ings or 50s or something like that, so that's way too many to start with. But the fact that we restricted their ability to score, I thought our backs were absolutely fantastic defensively. And then, as you said, we were quite efficient going forward with our forwards. So, yeah, there's a lot of work to do in the transition phase of the game. We've got to defend a little better, particularly in restricting their entries. Some of that was stoppage, but a lot of it was their back half ball use, and then our offence. They were strong defensively in their front half, 34 front half turnovers, but we've got to be better with the ball to minimise those.
And as you sort of touched on, a lot of those were repeat entries. Is that the concern, that as much as the Giants are known for their ball movement out of defence, that's where it's falling down? And the last 2 weeks you've got over the line, but both weeks well behind in the top 50s.
Yeah, and that's something that we need to work on. We certainly addressed it last week. We haven't quite tidied it up. I thought it was slightly different today. Defensively, they were really, really sound. And we probably overdid it again a little bit, similar to last week in that space. But we're continuing to build. We're continuing to iron out some kinks in our game, and it's always nice to be able to make some errors and learn from them whilst winning. So that's pleasing in itself.
Isaac Cumming came off early in the game. Can you give an update?
Who's that?
Isaac Cumming.
Oh yeah. So he's done his hammy. I think it's only minor, I'm going to say. I haven't actually checked in with the medical, but I think from what he said to me, it was minor. So he will miss. Hopefully not too many, but he'll miss.
Obviously it's been a big week for Snooze, Toby Bedford, given everything he's been through. But for him to go out there to, I think, top account with 14 tackles still play his way, how important is that? Not only for himself, but the rest of the team to see him do that?
Yeah, really important. Obviously it was a big week. I thought he was really strong around the contest. Again, tackled. He had the same number last week. He had the same number this week. Didn't get himself into trouble this week, which is nice. Was a bit more of a reasonable player in his tackling, so that was good. I thought he did a pretty good job on Anderson primarily.
And obviously it felt like Lucky Wickett almost had the share into himself. I think 40 touches he ended with. He feels like he's got that quarterback role really well in terms of marshalling the ball out. What's the key to getting that next step right to get those extra inside 50s that you're looking for?
Yeah, well, it's a mix. Sometimes when we're kicking to the contest, we're not good enough in and around that contest, and that's a variety of positions and people. So we've got to keep working on that. But there's also the times where we overuse the handball or try and be too perfect. And so we need to continue to work on that. We have some skilled players behind the ball, but sometimes they've got to take their medicine and take contest a bit more. And when they start to do that, we'll be a lot more efficient.
The tsunami has kind of been about that handball movement and that speed of the handball movement. Is it almost about trying to bring it back and finding that balance a little bit more now of that kick game as well?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think you see how effective we've been. I think we kicked 7 goals from the back half, but we didn't generate a lot of entries. But when we get through, we score. And so there's that fine line. I think at times we're a little bit too reckless with it. We've got to sort of be a little bit more composed and a bit more measured at times. But again, our players are trying to do the right thing, so I'll never ever question their intent. We just continue to work on decision making and tidy up some skill where we need to.
Jack Buckley was outstanding today. How important has he been since Simon's been on silence for a few weeks?
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, he's playing on the second leading goal kicker this year. Kept him goalless now, admittedly, had a few shots. I thought Jack was pretty good. Competed really well. His ability to mop up and support his teammates was really strong.
At the other end, Jesse's kicked another 4 goals and had another massive impact when not many other 12 forwards were really hitting the scoreboard anyway.
Yeah, he certainly did, and gave a couple off too. I think you see the way that he competes, he just brings the ball to ground. So if he's not marking it, our littles get involved, either with winning the ball or pressure. And that doesn't matter, whether it's on the wing, across half-back, in the forward 50, he's just that sort of player. And, I know our small forwards love playing around him. He lifts them immensely.
He's gone back equal first on the goal-kicking table, I guess. How important would it be for the Giants to be able to celebrate, even though personal milestone, but something.
Oh, it'd be nice, but it's certainly not what we play the game for. It's good to have a bit of recognition and reward, but I'd like to think that the internal rewards that he gets far outweigh anything externally that he'll get, which I think is the case. You know, we don't play for Coleman medals. You know, we play for a premiership medal, and we're continuing to build towards that. We understand we've got a lot of work to do. We play Melbourne Saturday night at the G, our second game down there in 3 weeks. So that's exciting to get back down there, and we'll enjoy tonight and start planning for that tomorrow.
Yeah, and on Jesse, he had a chance for a fifth late in the game. Decided to handball it off to Aaron Cadman, who picked up his first goal of the day, I guess. And how important is it for that role that Jesse's playing with the young forwards?
Well, I think that's a true reflection of Jesse's mindset. Incredibly unselfish. Would have been very easy for him to go, and I'm sure he knows, I could kick this goal and be ahead. No, I'll handball it to the free player in the goal square and he can kick it. And so, that provides more satisfaction for everyone else than him kicking the goal, because I think it's just a true reflection of the person that he is, and the mindset that he's playing with at the moment. His last, I don't know, he's probably kicked 13 goals in his last 3 weeks. He's probably given at least half of that amount off to players in better positions. I think he's playing incredibly unselfish football and getting rewarded because of it.
It often gets overlooked, kind of the age profile of this team at the moment. The fact that you've got so many guys 20 and under, obviously Harvey, Darcy, Joe Fonte, they're all contributing at the moment. How pleasing is that to you as well, that you've got this balance of experience and youth in the team?
It's really pleasing that we're able to still get the job done. Now, we're playing a Gold Coast team who's the youngest in the comp right at this moment, this round. I think we sit in maybe bottom 4, bottom 5 age bracket and experience. But they're clearly younger and less experienced than us. I guess when I go through that, I look at the fact that we've only got really one player who's played between 100 and 200 games. We've got 4 or 5 who've played over 200, and everyone else has played less than 100. So that's exciting for our future, but we're kind of looking in the immediate term and how can that help us now. And so far we've been playing pretty good footy with work to do, so we'll get even better. Thank you.